Hey there, YouTube. Been longer since I posted a video than I'd like, generally. But I didn't want to post some short, tiny little garbage video without really having any progress to show you. And I've had to spend my time doing other things, which sucks. And I'm not going to go into it because it sounds like excuses. But yeah, I finally got some more work done on the bow, and I'm finally getting to a point where it's starting to look like something. I kind of had a bit of a tough spot that I was working through, and I sort of gave up on it. I'm going to deal with it in another way. So, here we go. This is what I've got right now. So, yeah, it's finally starting to look like a thing, and this is the piece that was giving me the biggest hang up. Um, that looks suggestive in that particular position. I'm going to go ahead and hold that in some other manner. It's better. So yeah, this piece right here, where it is kind of curving on a couple axes and sort of going out and dipping in, and the way Pepakura dealt with that was bad. It was awful. So I kind of gave up on it. So this part here where you kind of have like this interior track going at a tighter circumference than like this exterior track, I'm just gonna sculpt that out of Bondo. I'm not even gonna bother trying to fold all that in because that was a hot pile of nonsense. So yeah, but as you can imagine, with all these pieces finally linked together, I have finally had to work on an internal skeleton to be holding all this together, because paper is not going to hold itself together, obviously. Um, Now, I haven't filled it with foam yet, which I'm still planning on doing, but I'm planning on doing that once I get more of this next upper section built, so I'm having to hook the two together. Going to get all the wood for that in place of it, and then fill it with foam. That seems like a good order of operations. I hope it is. I, again, have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, that's what the internal skeletal structure is wood. I kind of have a piece of wood going all through this, going to a big sort of upside down U shape, cross braced with squares of wood in the angle, and then triangular cross braces of popsicle sticks. I hope it's sturdy enough. I don't know, man. Hopefully, when it's filled with foam, that'll all kind of hold itself together. It's not really going to be under that much strain. At the very least, any kind of, it doesn't have string. It has a tube for string that I might not even have on it, because for cons, they don't want any kind of string on a bow. So it's not going to have to hold up to that strain. It's pretty much just going to have to hold up to its own weight. And I hate for things like this to not be as sturdy as, to have to worry about its structural integrity at a con. But that might just be the way it goes, because, you know, getting into all this stuff, yeah, I'm going to have to hook an entire other section, a lot like what this is, onto this. And there's not, a place where I can just put, a straight piece of wood going through the whole thing. I kind of got to do some weird other U-shaped thing there, where the piece of wood I have going through here threads all the way up into this. So I'm going to build onto that in some way. I will probably end up filling in that lovely gap in between there in some way, which ideally, you'd hope not to for 100% accuracy, but it's not an ideal world. Building a video game bow out of paper, there will be compromise. I'm sad to say. So yeah, that's kind of where that's sitting at right now. And I've started work on this other piece that goes above this, which after I get that whole piece done, everything else is just kind of going to be mirroring this and the very end piece. So that's all going to be familiar territory. That should all go pretty quickly. I have got to stop bumping the microphone. I'm sorry. It's not professional. I sincerely apologize. But yeah, the next part is going to be the same sort of deal, where I'm going to have a piece, and a piece that fits through it that's not actually supposed to. Yeah, Which, fun note, something I should mention. Initially, I had this piece glued onto this piece about 3/4 of an inch too high. In fact, just as a note, if anybody else, uses this model and tries to make a Pepakura model out of it, this is the very bottom edge of this piece that's going to the top of this. I had kind of thought it looked weird. This didn't seem like enough space for all the wrapping, but I was like, okay, that seems like a good as place as any. But yeah, no, adding this, whatever the hell this does, I don't even know. Presumably, I'm gonna look up what this is supposed to be on Wikipedia, and I'll just have like a little link, a little description down there. While I look perplexed, it's gonna be amazing, or not. But yeah, had to move this down. It's fine now. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's great. It's gonna be awesome. I'll see you guys when it's awesome.